on these upcoming games.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like deflecting a little bit and just talk about, like, you're going to address it later, but it kind of gets everyone on the same page. And I kind of like that approach as far as just saying you're going to figure it out later, but you need to take these games one at a time, because if you don't, a squad like eRa Eternity is going to take you down. Not a great start for Kratos right there.
That's why I love sending people into the window. You can really just wreck people. And another thing that I really love is these elbow pulls. And a lot of times teams think, oh, I got to get control of the cave, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Getting control of snipe, I'm all about it. But a lot of times you'd be surprised how often you could run these flags on over towards the rocket side of the map. Especially because if you do have one guy on over towards the snipe side or crouching, those guys are going to fly in trying to stop that flag, and you could really bait. And that's exactly what Zog's doing. Yeah, he's on the snipe side of the map, but
he did not want to clamor there.
He did not want to clamor. If there was ever a cancel clamor button, that's exactly when you'd want to press that. But now it's going to be Kratos and Commonly fending off these players as the return eventually does come in. Nice job sacrificing their lives on the side of Wise Gaming, and they take that first cap there. 1-0 to start this one off, and they're setting up for a little bit of a defensive posture. Maybe trying to advance right there. Commonly going to shut that down, but they did get the intel on over to Zoxic.
Nice
Commonly with the shots. That's going to be 3 dead. Nebula, last guy alive. Everyone's spawning up on over towards the elbow, but Dave, they're running that flag a little slow. They need to get that one out a little bit earlier. They get the slays though. 3 dead. All 4 dead. Baby J with the sniper rifle. That should definitely be a cap.
Where do you want to see Commonly in this situation? Does it matter, or should he be pushing back?
This is good. I'd be laying down shots though.
Yeah.
I'd be laying down shots. This kind of goes back to, even though this is a completely different situation than when Zoxic was on over towards the security area, I'm a firm believer of, you know, why even let them advance to that spot in the first place? You could be laying down fire, backing off, and then keeping your shields and hiding in the same exact spot.
I'm a strong believer of that as well. Like, make them fight to take up any other ground, because if they make one slight misstep off their spawn, you can punish them at that, and sometimes get that 5-shot as they run across some open ground.
Yeah, and if you get that advantage in that team fight, then you never know what you can do after that, whether you have like more information or whether you're just going to go and hide. But definitely, you know, when you have a height advantage too, that's definitely a time to exploit the situation. But now, Prototype going to try to make his way on over towards the Wise Gaming base. You do have Baby J and Kratos working together on over towards the cave side. I wasn't thinking that they're going to even be able to get a pull here, but somehow they magically do. And now Baby J going to drop the cloud. Another stick going to come in though. Nebula drops Kratos, so now that flag does get reset. Not much going there for the side of eRa, but either way, still a decent job resetting the map here from them.
Yeah, and also a great secondary flag attempt right there. As we saw Kratos and I believe his Baby J getting taken down over at Red Fountain side, they still had a good opportunity. Like, we saw Kratos actually had to get stuck there in order to die. We saw Baby J get picked off as he got the flag all the way to Fountain. Flag over at Fountain is a scary situation here on Coliseum. There's so many times where if you don't pick up that player right away, that flag gets mazed, and then it's just, there's so many unique different states that the flag can be in, or different areas where you have to be in complete different spots in order to actually contest and challenge the flag.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, that's why I'm such a big fan of seeing different flag routes really implemented into the game. It's not like a flag that's ever been, you know, there's no flag route in Coliseum that's like, wow, I've never seen that one before, but you know, tossing it out in the window down towards the silver, really big play that we've seen a lot of players been doing. Having a player there to even grab that one and really relaying the flag. Or a clean snipe ramp run going out that way, but I feel like going out the window on over towards the DMR is much safer than going on over towards the fountain, because so many times you have, if you spawn on the elbow, you could spawn underneath the base, or you could spawn underneath the elbow, in between underneath the base too. So when you do that, I mean, look how much cover you have if you get it right past that little point right there, past the runway. And if you have the height advantage, I feel like really taking it over down towards the elbow is the safe way if you don't have the snipe side.
I really like this play from Kratos. I think some other less experienced players would have gone right over and tried to challenge and try to grab that flag. Kratos tried to make sure that his flag was safe. He realized that 2 or 3 of his teammates were down, so he had to rush back towards his side in case he met someone pulling his flag.
What do you think about that play?
When he got picked off there, I mean, that was a great play. But like I said, I always truly appreciate good decision making, knowing when to cut your losses. When
I thought he was going to grenade the rockets down. Now
I thought he was too.
Now that would have been a sick play. So now we have an opportunity to run the flag here, and this is what I'm talking about. If you are running this down towards the elbow side, Nebula needs to be more aggressive, in my opinion. I feel like him backing off and helping secure this cap doesn't really do much without getting any kills. So now they're in a sticky situation. A couple players are dead. There's the ground pound flying in, and now this flag is being ran on the other side. So with Demon D having the rockets there, that is not what you want to see coming in from them. That should have definitely been a flag capture. Again, Nebula, I feel like, needs to get aggressive, try to push that guy on over towards the catwalk. Again, I do understand where he's coming from, falling back and securing a cap with the sniper rifle, trying to pick off some long-range angles. All about it, but if he could have just been a little bit more of a meat shield or distracted a little bit more, I felt like the flag guy wouldn't have taken so much heat. That's one of the things I'm always trying to think about when the flag's being ran is how much, of my life, if I actually sacrifice my life, is it worth it to re-secure this cap? And am I in a position where I should have held that because now I'm giving up control of the enemy team?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I feel a similar way when I have a power weapon or when I have a teammate run the flag carrier, or run the flag is I'm in
guy picking up the flag guy and running with him.
Come on, Lunchbox, we're running down over here. Run a little bit faster, just like getting carried by your dad when you're younger. Like, we need to get home to the car real soon. But whole point being was either putting yourself in a position that if my flag carrier is getting shot, I need to punish that player that's shooting my flag carrier. Or if I'm getting shot, that means that my flag carrier is not being shot. Right. So it's one of those times where it's like you're a part of the equation no matter what.
And it really, matters in Halo 5 because how fast you can really turn those caps around. But here's that ever popular 6-minute mark. Rocket launcher, sniper rifle, all in play on the map right now. You see it got split up between the teams. Demon D finds the sniper rifle. Meanwhile, commonly, he's going to find the rocket.
Yeah, so those power weapons, we're going to see them reap the benefits of those weapons in a bit, but we're going to have to see what Demon D does with this because it's also, it's quite different on Flag compared to Slayer, which power weapons are strong because I feel like in many cases you can pretty much avoid a lot of different sniper angles when you're trying to push in towards a base or if the player's laying defense with a sniper. Whereas rockets are nearly unavoidable. At some point you're going to have to encounter them. And you have a lot of great routes to take the rockets as well, like whether it's through the front bridge when you have them trapped on their base, or if they're trying to push in on your base, you can basically lock down an entire side of your map and look at commonly playing defense with those rockets very well.
They also have the sniper rifle in the hands of Baby J. Zoxic does get the kill onto commonly, so that's going to be a very solid start here for Wise Gaming in terms of trying to push out of their base. But Baby J going off with the sniper rifle, that's going to be 2-3 dead. Kratos finds a kill on a Demon D. Nice job in defense there from Cloud. He does have the sniper rifle guy looking at him currently. Let's see if Baby J takes the angle to try to get that pick. He does, and gets punished for it. Cloud going to take him down to no shields. Difficult to get that grenade to land. Cloud not able to, but he does have some help coming in, but he gets his face ripped off. Zoxic going to drop to Baby J. Melee coming in around the corner as well. Now Nebula is the last guy alive. Everyone popping up on over towards the elbow side. Multiple players flying in there. They all take the same angle. No one overextends, and that's going to be 3 dead. Flag is being pulled here from eRa, and this is a good opportunity to get this cap. They go right for it, though. That's an opportunity where you have to slay if you're Baby J.
Yeah, it's always tough. He felt like he was in a position where his teammate was taken out quick enough, and he wanted to not have to cycle through spawns another time, so he felt like he just had to dive on that flag and grab it right away. But in most cases, if you're going to dive on a flag and continue to run, you need to be within a couple steps of it. It needs to be within a second or two of that flag carrier being taken down.
That's true, and just because you're the closest guy to the flag doesn't mean you have to be the one to actually run it there. However, he does get the return coming in. All 4 dead. There goes the spawns on over up towards the cave. Got to thrust this towards the window, and he does. Wonder if he's going to ground pound it down low. He doesn't ground pound it. He just tosses it out either way. Still working. Demon D running this one. Needs to have someone watch his back because that's the only angle he could die from. No grenades flying in, and what an elbow run from Demon D. That's what we talked about already in this game. Taking it out the window and bringing it down towards that silver or the runway area, especially in an instance like that when they're spawning cave, is the way to go. Great job communicating from Wise Gaming as well. Such a big cap from them because now there's only 3 minutes left on the clock.
And not just a huge cap, it's also a huge capitalization of the exact situation because that flag was getting recovered there at that last moment. Demon D got that kill, and in most cases, if that player just fought Demon D, it could have been a situation where Demon D would not have been comfortable even touching that or running it. They would have just had to get another round of slays in order to pull that flag, but Demon D got a free kill, got that back smack on the player, and was able to run that one immediately.
And look at this, they're running another one. They have a couple players on the ropes right now. Baby J, no shields. Zoxic finds a double kill with the sniper rifle. Is this gonna, oh yep, he gets sticks.
Thank God he got taken down.
Oh, they tossed the flag to a guy that's returning it. What's going on over here? Who's playing for who?
Commonly is a sneaky player sometimes. They thought that they were doing the right play by tossing down Snipe Ramp, just going for slays, but Commonly already behind enemy lines there. Get some help from P. Tizipe, and now eRa have a chance to bring themselves back in the game. I thought it was over.
I thought it was over too, especially when Tizoxic picks up that double kill. He does find the sniper rifle again in his hands, is going to take out Kratos. Nebula flies in with some help onto Commonly. What's going to be the play here? That's big, picking up the rockets right now in the hands of Baby J. They got to get those out of his hands. That's pretty much the one way to get back into this right now if you are eRa. So there's Nebula with the sniper rifle onto Commonly. You got to be careful here. You cannot afford to go and run the flag if you're Wise, assuming that it's free because the rocket guy could punish you so hard.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you get counter-capped on. At this point, I just figured Cloudy was going to kind of sit back over here towards this rocket side and just go for slays and just buy some time, and that's exactly what Cloudy did. This is a unnecessary cap, but at the same time, if there is an opportunity to pull that and get at least halfway, you almost always have to take that with an Halo. However, don't get married to that cap. If that player dies, if that flag gets thrown on the bottom of the map, they just need to go straight for slays.
Yeah, and now that's going to be it. It's going to be Wise Gaming flying in with the flag. I thought we were going to see a potential window push coming in from eRa and maybe a counter pull, but no, it doesn't happen. Very clean game coming out from Wise, and that kind of answers the big question that we had going into this series, Dave, is are they going to be harping on the loss too much, or are they going to be able to bounce back and recover? 26 and 16 from Baby J, but that big misplay on over towards the flag. Did they outslay them? Yeah, it looks like they did.
Outslayed by 2 kills.
Yeah,
so I can say that very objective efficient because it's not just a game win. It's the fact that they won by 2 caps while getting barely outslayed. So I would consider that, you know, basically going even and still outworking the objective. And it kind of shows during some of those plays when we saw someone like Demon D just getting that one last kill over on Rocket corner side and then instantly run that to a flag cap. I mean, he had to get just 1 kill, in my eyes, that was in like a stalemate situation. Prior to that, I'd not view that as a flag cap situation.
And I love those elbow runs. I can't say it enough because just look at what it's like to have a guy that's sitting top catwalk and then you go and you pull that flag elbow side. If you know that they're not spawning elbow, the only way they can stop that is if they spawn elbow and then they get that free grenade on the guy that's making his way on up over towards the ramp, right? So as long as you watch that spawn, and then as long as you have a guy top catwalk, look how easy it was for that player to lay down shots from players just sprinting up where the sniper rifle spawns, just flying over towards the sniper ramp. There's nothing that they can do. They have to overextend there. So that's just great positioning, great thought process to run that flag. If Demon runs that out the window in that instance, maybe they don't cap that.
Yeah, and even also to your point too, in some cases they didn't even have to watch that spawn point over in the rocket corner since they got a kill over in that area already, and enemies were already spawning over in the cave side. So positive influence on that side, negative influence over on the rocket side. So great spawn awareness from Demon D and the Wise Gaming crew.
All right, we started off with Kratos, who's making his way on over towards the sniper rifle. Picks that one up for free and has a player in front of him. That was the camo guy. So first strike going on over to eRa with control now since they do have the sniper rifle. Who was able to grab the scatter shot? Demon D was, so we're going to see if Demon D could put that one to work. Numbers in the hands of, it looks like Wise Gaming, who's going to push on over there to Zoxic. Ballsy push.
That is yeah, that was one of those times where a lot of times most players would just back up and be like, all right, I got away with my life, I'm safe, but Tizoxic kind of reminds me of that push earlier towards Blue 2 on Eden, where he was just in a situation where he knew he had the advantage, so he just thrust right out into the open and challenged that fight straight out.
This is a play that I see a lot of players making mistakes doing. Not what Nebula is doing right now, what the other player did. I see a lot of players still showing up on radar from sprinting and using Spartan abilities and thrusting in certain situations when there's really no reason to do that. In an instance like this, for example, there's no reason for a prototype to sprint, thrust, or use any sort of Spartan ability, and there's no reason for him to shoot or anything that would show him on radar until he actually has to defend a teammate or find a kill that's in front of him. So the fact that he's still appearing off radar is huge right now.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Unlike other objective games where
and there he is, one shot right there though, and now he just gave up his complete position.
Yeah, in some cases, it's always hard trying to find that fine balance of when is the opportune time to shoot someone in the back, or when do you play it a little bit safer and try to back down a little bit more. So right there, it seemed like you said, it felt like he jumped the gun right there.
Yeah, and one of the things that, you know, when I was talking to Talia during Beyond the Sticks is, Evil Geniuses and Tawi, Roy Lunch, all that stuff, they really hammer home numbers, but also not giving up your position, right? And that's so key is, once a enemy team knows where you're at, they're going to call you out, and most likely they're going to shoot you or collapse on you. That's why you have to constantly be moving around and be thinking actively what it's like from the enemy team's point of view. And you know what? I'd rather have 3 people go for camo than not one. So it's a nice little play there coming in from Wise Gaming.
I'm actually the opposite. I would rather have 0 players jump onto camo rather than 3.
I'll take the whole team. Let's just cuddle on the camo. Team bonding. But now you have Cloud with the sniper rifle. I guarantee you wish he had that full scatter shot though. Demon D gonna find the scatter shot again though off of his dead body. So we'll see what Cloud's gonna do. He has a decent amount of camo, Dave. You can see at the top left next to his health bar. Still probably a good 15 seconds left in this one. Does spot Kratos just temporarily. Not able to spot his head quite yet though.
Yeah, this would be a huge kill. Seems like Cloudy opting to just use the last bit of this camo to acquire the new snipe. He's going to run out just a moment before it comes up, but
he appeared on radar by auto-stabilizing.
At least gets the buy shot. Now, I'd like to see him relocate. Nest is probably one of the worst spots to be over
he should
here
bring it on
with
over
the
to
sniper
Carbine.
rifle. Yeah, just instantly get over to Carbine. Seems like Cloudy is just being a bit more aggressive, though. He wants to collapse some of his teammates, and right now, at any moment, a player can come out from Whitehall.
You don't want to sit in this area, though.
Yeah, as soon as a player comes up Whitehall, you have pressure on you, and there's really not much you can do. You have to rely on teammates to save you at that point.
So now they're going to rotate on over towards the bunker, and that's good because eventually someone is going to spawn on over towards the Carbine side of the map. So good rotation coming in from Wise Gaming. I was worried that they were going to be kind of stuck in the middle and have spawns split on them on over towards the car side, but that's not the case. Now Cloud in a comfortable position to lay down some more fire over here, and this is what I want to see out from them, Dave, is I want to see them maintain control until the next camo comes up, because it's coming up in the next 20 seconds or so. There's no reason for them to get aggressive, no stupid deaths, just sit around the camo. Teams always want to push, and they want, let's just play aggressive, let's just charge in numbers, buddy system. It's like, that's just the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
I mean, it's great to work together, but like you're talking about, just forcing unnecessary situations does not make much sense at high-level plays.
Like, they just forced a situation there from eRa to go and fight them before the camo is coming up. And then they all die right before the camo is coming up. And it just drives me crazy to see things happen like that. Like, I've been sitting on the straight scrims a little bit, and I see them, kind of make mistakes like that where it's, guys, why even fight at that instance? Wait for them to go for the camo. Wait for them to make a mistake. Play around it. Why, when the camo's coming up, why is everyone on the side of eRa going to go and charge? That just makes zero sense to me. Why? Why not just set up around the camo and wait for that?
Very true, very true. But we are now seeing them reap the, I would say, not the benefits, disadvantages of pushing before that, because we see them at a 14-kill deficit. We're going to see Cloudy Cloud try to go over here towards Bomb Tower, finish off this kill. Great shots by Kratos. Looks like he got a little help there, too. But that was a great trade, at least trading with Cloudy in that situation.
Yeah, definitely. And now you're seeing complete control in the hands of Wise Gaming. They are really starting to collapse on these guys. Ooh, Zoxic doesn't have a grenade there, so he's not able to get that cleanup. Does give away his position. Fortunately, does land that scatter shot there. On to Prototype. Baby J, though, ripping faces off, finds a double kill.
Don't get the triple.
Don't get the triple, otherwise Dave's going to be sad. But Demon gets the kill there, so you're all good, Dave, for now. 12 kills to make up here, and again, kind of a moment where you do want to start considering setting up for that camouflage here, especially if you are on eRa's side right now and have bunker control. So you got Baby J in open field. He's going to have to get out of there. You have another player pushing on over towards the barrel side, and everyone's just spread out right now. They need to just group up together, get up top, and realize, hey guys, sniper rifle's coming up. Camo's after that. What are we doing?
Yeah, they do not seem on the same page just watching it from like this third-person view right now when watching outlines run around. Feels like they'll just make one lackluster push. It feels like someone's just saying, charge here, everyone push it right now. And it doesn't feel like they're waiting for the right moment. I think top-level Halo is played when you have these 4 individuals kind of holding down different areas, obviously near each other, and just staying alive and having that trust into each other that one of these times an opportunity is going to be created because they're in such a good position. Or if a pressure is coming in on them, they have a spot to back down and get help from. They aren't just hopefully just getting some random stick across the map in order to create an opportunity, or just forcefully charging into an area where you don't even know where enemies are at to create the opportunity.
Here's the opportunity for Kratos. Gonna find the scatter shot here. Not sure how many shots are in that one. Only 1 bullet, so not what he was looking for. Does get the clamor up on over towards that old sniper rifle spawn where the railgun pops up now. He's just going to be kind of waiting on over here towards the snipe hole. Very popular position to hold on over here with the sniper rifle, and because of that position, they know that he's there. Demon D flying in with the grenade. Great pick right there. Baby J going to answer with a kill of his own. Can they respond from the side of Wise Gaming? They're kind of all spread out here, looking. You know, they look good because they do have height advantage, Dave, so that's the one thing they got going for them, but they do need to stay alive, so I like this play from Nebula, keeping his shields, living to fight another day here. They could play the clock, they could play the score, there's so many advantages right now here for Wise Gaming. All they got to do is trade kills, and just like you said, even in the previous Coliseum game, just don't let the other team get weapons, and that's great by Nebula right there, picking up the scatter shot. Eventually these guys may spawn on over towards the bunker, and he's already aware of that, so he's zoomed in. No one popping up quite yet, so it's safe to say everyone's on over towards that carbine area. The Zoxic gets a kill, and this is almost textbook play coming out from Nebula and the rest of the squad. It's unfortunate that Prototype flies in and he wasn't able to get that connection, but Zoxic at least is there to pick the weapon off his dead body.
That's the whole point, is even with a misexecution like that, where that player shift died without a single death, they still were able to clean up that kill, just having that kind of backup plan, and it just goes to show they aren't relying on random lucky pushes. It's one of those things where they're letting the opposing team make mistakes. They're in perfect spots to actually punish those mistakes. Great no-scope. Once again, you saw how frustrating that can be in Zoxic's shoes when you get shot in the body with the sniper like that. Your shots start to panic. I know I get the whirlwind shots sometimes.
Camo should be very, very soon. Curious to see exactly what time that is. Kratos has the scatter shot and it's full, so that should be #1 priority for him because they could really make a comeback with that. And now he's going to rotate on over towards the trenches, but can't go in there until you get some numbers, and that's exactly what Nebula waits for. And Kratos with the special delivery, setting these guys up for some serious success now. Only 5 kills away with a full camo and a full scatter shot. That should all be over here. Nebula, if he wants to, I was thinking he should be trying to make his way on over towards top tower where that old railgun used to spawn. That would be probably the most powerful position for him to get in. Clearing out this barrel side, he needs to be locking down the side of the map right now. He can't be in the middle trying to help people. It's not his job to help right now. He needs to be advancing. Needs to be advancing on the map, but he also can't be the first person to push up. And now almost all of his camo is out. So Zoxic getting a kill, that's going to be big. Now you can see Comley's getting curious, seeing what's going on over there. And Nebula not showing us the best way to use camo, but still able to at least pick up a couple of kills are the rest of the guys on his team. Kratos, I don't know what he's doing. He's apparently wants the Skull and Bones next to his name. Baby J had a great game previously. Seems to be having himself a pretty solid one here. Wastes that shot. Not sure about that one. But
yeah, I wonder if Baby J's starting to think like, all right, if I'm gonna have, if I'm gonna waste this last shot. Yeah, that is a little surprising because I thought he dropped it. So obviously he did not drop the scatter shot for respawn. At first I was gonna say that would be a good play if he just realized that, all right, in order for our team to get back in this game, we need to have some full scatter shot. We need to have some miraculous run. So I'm gonna put scatter shot on respawn right this moment. So maybe he just assumed he had a pistol as secondary and was dropping it. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt in that situation.
This is a great play though, right here from Baby J, making his way on the outside of the map. There's not much he could have done there, but 49-40, sniper rifle in the hands of Kratos. Let's find out where he is, Dave, and see exactly where these guys are. It's
gonna be the last one, guaranteed.
All right, there it is. Kratos doesn't realize there's a guy crouching right in front of him. That weakens him. He's gonna have to back off now. Taking an angle towards the basement window. Another thing to keep in mind, Dave, look at that clock, 1 minute and 18 seconds, ticking down slowly but surely. Demon D, I believe he just picked up the camo. I did see the motion that seemed like he was popping that camo right there, so there it is. Final kill coming in. Not sure who was able to pick that one up. Zoxic finding commonly 50-40 there, so solid performance. I mean, I didn't see any type of major mistakes coming in from Wise Gaming. They slowly but surely built on to what they were doing, and they got outslayed in the previous game, but here doesn't necessarily matter at all. 11 minutes and 11 seconds overall, and this is reminding me of the first series. This is going to be a game that they have to close out. Going into game number 3, being up 2-0, if they can close this out and close this out in a strong fashion, say they get the lead like they did in the CTF Fathom game in the previous series, this is their opportunity to do it. And if they close this series out and feel confident about this series, we don't know what that can do for their mentality moving forward into their match against Oxygen Supremacy. Obviously, these guys have what it takes to compete at a very high level. And this is surprising because follow very closely on what's going on with the scrims and things like that, and I'm not sure if I, overlooked this team or just, haven't seen some of the results of their scrims, but to my knowledge, I don't see them scrimming some of the top, pro teams. And I see Auction Supremacy going and having a LAN. I see other teams going out there and scrimming. I've even seen eRa scrimming against some top teams as well. So for this squad, and to my knowledge, to have them with lesser quality of practice, it could be wrong. I don't want to be going on a rant here, but if that is the case, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I would also consider that fairly strong mistake unless they are just having teams not play against them or something like that. Because
from my understanding, it's pretty difficult to find scrims because there's only limited teams, and them making a name for themselves here by doing well here. Now maybe other teams will scrim them because
just their names too. Like commonly, Pizza Zite, people are gonna be like, all right, if they don't have a different pro team, they're gonna scrim. This is gonna be like the instant next team that they want to play.
But you look at this Halo 5 team on paper, the prototype, commonly Baby J and Kratos. You would say, if I had to scrim this team or Nebula, Toxic, Demon D, Cloud, wouldn't you say, oh, I'd probably take the Kratos, Baby G, commonly prototype scrim?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I think so. I mean,
probably because I guess commonly in Kratos and even Pizza I feel like have had more success in Halo 5 than we've seen out of Wise. So.
Yeah, Wise hasn't really, even though they're very, they have a lot of accolades. They're very decorated in terms of what their performances have been in previous Halos. In Halo 5, they haven't really made that huge statement. They've always been there. They've always been around there. But this is, in my opinion, the strongest statement that these guys have made overall. Toxic, he's done some stuff with Burton and Blaze in the past. Now it seems like they're going the route with Demon D and Cloud, paying off just a little bit more for these guys. And also I've been seeing Demon D really put in a lot of individual work. So maybe that's why these guys are really starting to shine now. But again, they're going to have to close this one out. We saw they're capable of being reverse swept.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to witness a single triple today.
Not one. Not one.
If I'd gone off that screen right there, guaranteed you would have got that triple.
I wouldn't doubt it at all. But let's see what happens with this Rockets and Blue Bend over here, because if they're able to get control of Blue Platform, they can eventually rotate on over towards the catwalk, and that's right where commonly does pop up. So now they're going to have to get on over there, but they do die outside, so it's not on the same page right there. There's no reason for Baby J to go over towards there if Kratos isn't going to come with him, and they should be rotating on over towards the Blue Platform and security area. That's kind of just the overall popular strategy from all the pro players.
It just showed that they were, like you said, not on the same page or did not communicate it well, because I'm sure if we watched that from Baby J's perspective, Baby J was probably assuming, all right, we now got Blue Bend. We're going to rotate from outside and go over towards Red Nest, whereas Kratos was under the understanding that Baby J was going to sit there, bait Blue Bend, and Kratos was going to go help over with top catwalk. So
yeah, it was difficult for Kratos because he has a player on one end of the map outside, another player over towards the alley. What do you do right there? It's kind of important for him to say what he's doing or maybe even rally the other guys, but I feel like Baby J is the type of player that if he senses there's a guy over towards outside, he's going to go out there and fight that guy and take that battle and kind of like scratch his head afterwards wondering where the help is at, and that's kind of something that I would do too. Like, I'd be like, hey man, you were outside with me, what's going on? I thought we were boys.
You make a good point right there, saying how like there's a lot of assumptions and expectations that players have when playing the game.
That's why you have to say what you're doing though.
And there has to be a clear line there too, where when you should say what you're doing, because at some point when everyone's just calling what they're doing, I'm pushing catwalk, I'm pushing this, like it starts to get muddled. You start just hear static in your comms. However, anytime I'm with one of my teammates, I will always stay with that person until I say otherwise.
Right.
I feel like that's always great
to use each other's names, right? Yep. Is saying, hey Dave, pushing with you this way, or hey Baby J, I left you.
I'm no longer with you is one of my most favorite callouts I ever hear in Halo, because I know how to play the situation completely different. If a teammate's not with me, I know I can be a bit more selfish. If I think I'm with a teammate, I will jump out the instant I start to hear shots, because I want to be there the millisecond I can, as early as I possibly can, to help my teammate win that fight.
If only I had a nickel for every time I heard I'm leaving you. That would be the day.
You would have no nickels.
No, I'd have a lot. There's the catwalk push coming in from Demon D and the rest of Wise Gaming. That's a triple cap temporarily, though. Kratos picks up a kill. Baby J finds one as well. So now I like this play from Toxic. Just a perfect play right there. Coming in, finding one kill. Can he find the other onto Prototype? Not able to connect. Probably thought he was running out of bullets. Prototype flying in with a couple grenades, but what a contest from Nebula and the reset. Big plays coming in, and that's just a continuation of Tzoxic's play. Nebula wouldn't be in a position like that. Prototype wouldn't be wondering where these players were coming from if Tzoxic didn't position himself as the last guy alive in that type of play.
If Nebula was up on the award stand accepting an award, he would first thank God and then he'd thank Tzoxic. He'd say, first off, I want to thank you, G-Man. Secondly, Tzoxic could not have done this without you. But
that was a reset? Wow, that was a reset. They got out of this one. Another player flying in. Demon D, that's another reset. Are you kidding me? They can just not take Blue Bend right now. Surprisingly enough, Cloud's not able to fend off this one player on over towards the catwalk, so that was Baby J. Great job by Baby J. And here's an important time in the game for both teams. You have Rockets that just popped, Camo, Overshield coming up any second. Demon D picked up the last one. Demon D's going to drop the Prototype here. Now you're going to have the rotation coming in from bottom center from Cloud. Cloud finds a double kill.
Get a triple, get it.
Oh, never going to happen.
Come on.
Tzoxic finds the Overshield. Now Baby J's the last guy alive. Baby J shouldn't be challenging this. He needs to make his way over towards the Camo ASAP. And that's what he's doing. Now he's going to spawn his teammates over there as well. So good opportunity here for these guys to do something with the camouflage. We'll find out what happens because they are on the ropes right now. Down 2-0 in the series. Game number 3 is getting out of control fairly quick. Overshield has been depleted, but you still do have rockets in the hands of Demon D. That's a good start right there to P-Tizipe getting the kill on a Demon. Baby J staying alive with the camo. Here's the rotation on over towards Blue Bend.
Are we going to see more Spartan charges into the Blue Bend this time?
I don't know. I hope
this
so.
is one of the this is the easiest stronghold, I would say, to get control of on Eden.
It's got the widest radius,
Yeah, if you ever wanted to commit 3 or so players and say, we're going to take Blue Bend, in most cases, you're going to be successful. The same can't really be said for Red Nest or for Catwalk.
So easily grenadable.
Yep, there's so many other spots where you can get shot from. You have to take longer routes to get up the Catwalk.
What a nade! Kratos with the nades flying in for the double kill. Can he find the shots? Oh,
that could have been bad.
That could have been bad, but he recovered. So nice job by Kratos. Now I even like this. A lot of players wouldn't think get into Red Nest and contest Blue Platform at the same time. And because of the fact that you could do it with the pistol, but the battle rifle is going to be much more effective at that range. Also some really nice grenades across the map as well. So Kratos killing 2 birds with 1 stone pretty much. Locking down a stronghold and locking down some spawns here. And now you're going to see a rotation on over towards the Blue Bend. This is a kill you have to find right here. Pistol versus the battle rifle. Also rockets coming up too. So that's one of those, where you want to get a little bit more aggressive. I understand valuing your life here, but if you do end up dying, it's virtually absolutely worthless. And now a couple of his teammates are going to die. That makes the situation even worse.
Yeah,
so.
eRa lost on both fronts there. I thought, once again, maybe
aggressive.
it was a communication thing or either aggression thing, because on one hand, his teammates were meeting a bunch of resistance over towards Catwalk side. Yes, you have that isolated 1-on-1. I can see Kratos having been hesitant there, challenging Blue Bend fully, because he's the only one out there. He did not have any other angles or any other help at Blue Bend at that moment. However, at the same time, his team lost battles on both fronts, which is unacceptable. You're losing fights outside, you're losing fights at Catwalk after you had all 4 down and you have strongholds under control. That is not a recipe for success.
And now Commonly's forced to slow play this one, and while that's happening, just more points and more points being racked up overall from Wise Gaming, and it's just such a tough spot to be in right now for Commonly. I mean, he's doing everything that he can, but these guys are on top of it. They know that there's nades flying in. They know that there's a camo guy around here. Commonly weakens one player, weakens another. There's numerous players in the stronghold, though. Catwalk goes on over. Nice rotation over towards the Blue Bend, but Commonly's going to have to try to get back in there and try to retake that Catwalk area, because they're at a point now, Dave, where they need a triple cap. They need a triple cap fast.
Yeah, they just need to also make sure they're capitalizing fully on every situation. Like, even in times like that, just getting those kills or stopping the reset. I know we didn't get to go see a Cirque du Soleil show yet, but watching Commonly up there on that Catwalk, just jumping around, trying to get the back smacks, laying down shots on players was good enough for me.
It was a thing of beauty. I mean, I could just see Commonly now. He's flying trapeze artist, or potentially.
Oh my God, Danny!
3 down right there. That's going to be all she wrote. Victory going on over to Wise Gaming. That's back-to-back 3-0s. That eRa 8. They 8-1 against Auction Supremacy, and then right there against Wise Gaming. That is not what you want to see from these guys who, again, in my eyes, they were the #2 contenders coming into this one. and they virtually got manhandled in that series. 100-45 was game number 3. Demon D 12, 10, and 13. These guys got outslayed.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got outslayed by 7 kills, so that just, to me, says that eRa is not going for objective, or not. They're taking things a little too slow, like you
Well,
you
what
called
was
out.
happening with, for example, the players that didn't have power-ups and power weapons? Why were they dying when the other guys were fighting? Like, you saw commonly, for example, had camo, rockets, and overshield over in security area, and he rocketed 2 players that were just crouching, right? So those 2 players weren't doing anything. Those players were just specifically trying to kill commonly. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, there's a 3-on-2, and all of his teammates are dying to those 2 players. So what is happening, whether it's miscommunication we saw a couple of times where they split up outside and over towards the platform, or, it's just really nice plays coming in from Wise Gaming. I saw